Up in the sky. Look, it's captivating. It's energizing. It's Eliances Heroes. Eliances is the destination for entrepreneurs, investors, CEOs, inventors, leaders, celebrities, and startups, where our heroes in business align. Now, here's your host flying in, David Cogan, founder of Eliances.
That's right. And we're back. And there is so much activity that's going on the Eliances Heroes Radio Show. Just like when I interviewed and we had on the founder of E-Entertainment Network. So make sure that you go to Eliancer.com to watch his past episode, ELIANCER.com. Again, this is David Cogan with the Eliances Heroes Show. So wait until you see who we have coming up next week. She is known as the Queen of Spades, right? We're talking now 500 episodes. Now, Carolyn, I'm going to have you steal the thunder. But before I do, Carolyn Hennesy, Emmy-winning actress. She's been in True Blood, NCIS, Terminator, Disney's Jessie. She's an author, tons of awards and all that. But what's this key thing, the key word today? 500. Carolyn, what's the 500 for?
500 and counting, thank you very much, episodes of General Hospital. Now, why is that interesting as far as I'm concerned? Because there are lots and lots of actors and actresses who hit the 500 mark. But Diane Miller, all hail, was supposed to be 2 days of work 14 years ago. So it went from 2 days of work 14 years ago, kind of growing. And the fans, God bless all of them, they just demanded more Diane. And so yeah, 2 days of work turns into 500.
All right. So talk to us about the difference between being the first time on the set for you and now, years later, and all of the way in which the character has developed up to now. The difference that really the creativity that's gone through you and what you're thinking from the first to when you had hit the 500.
Well, first of all, now I almost know everyone's name on the set. Almost. I came in being able, there were no parameters for the character at all. So there was a lot of me that was brought, obviously, to Diane, because it's all got to come through me. So there was the humor and what I like to think are smart and sass and all of that. So they responded to that. And as a result, Diane has kept all of that. And it's the humor. There's a lot of humor in Diane. And when the first couple of episodes, I was hugged by this character, Damian Spinelli, who threw his arms around me in a moment of kind of gleeful exuberance. And Diane reacted to that as I would react to that, as if anyone, this sort of nerdy little kid. And he's this high-powered attorney. And so who doesn't say, you don't really get to throw your arms around Diane, but he did. And so my reaction to that was something that the higher ups at General Hospital kind of noticed and said, oh, we can play with that. And the way she interacts with Sonny that first day, we can play with that. And so it has simply, there's not a lot that's changed about Diane. She's still a clothes horse and she still loves money and she still adores the Corinthos family. And in a way, Damien's, so there's all of this that kind of came into play, but it's just been expanded upon and it's kind of grown exponentially. And they gave her a boyfriend, which was a lot of fun. They gave her a best friend, Alexis Davis. And that was really exciting because it started out as this adversarial relationship with Nancy Legrand and I. And then it became, over the course of an evening in a biker bar in the dead of winter, a fabulous friendship. And to see women of a certain age, not going to lie, not being catty, not trying to drag each other down, but to actually help each other and be in each other's corners. The audience, again, really responded to that. So,
and out of the 500 plus and counting of the episodes of General Hospital, which one stands out? I mean, it's fantastic. But out of the 500, which one stands out the most for you that you're like, you know what, this one just really, I was touched by. So something that you were touched by, maybe perhaps personally or something like that, out of those 500.
Max having gotten shot. This was within the last few years. Max, my boyfriend, having gotten shot, and Sonny transferring for various reasons the control of the Corinthos Empire over to Max. And now Max has got a big target on his back. And he actually hadn't gotten shot, but or had he gotten shot? I can't remember. But Diane is terrified. She's absolutely 100% agonizing over this decision by Sonny, because now the love of her life has got a big target painted on his back. And so she has this conversation with Carly, and it's like, you knew, Carly, and no one told me. I cannot prepare for this. And so it was a lovely thing to play, lovely to be able to play. There's also Nancy, Alexis coming in and catching Max and Diane in flagrante delicto on Sonny's couch. And, she just said, her eyes have burned out with the sight of that. It was fun. We get to see how bendable Max is. So that was a great episode too. But Diane's concern over Max is.
And you've been nominated for a 2020 Emmy. You've been in a gazillion, though, TV shows and others, and True Blood, Revenge, Cougar Town, NCIS. I mean, the list just goes on. In fact, your Wikipedia is I mean, I couldn't even print it out. It was so many pages long in there. Out of all of those, which role have you played that was just most surprising to you to play? Something that also you look back and you go, that's one that I'll just, remember forever.
It's actually one that you haven't named. And it's a film. It's a film called Saint Agatha. And it's a horror film. And I was the lead in that horror film, playing a vicious, psychotic nun, a mother superior. And the idea of suppressing the natural instinct for humor, because this woman is hell-bent, no pun intended, on getting her way, making sure that things run right, controlling those around her, and she does it in vicious ways. And tapping into that and not being really funny, and understanding that she's on a mission from God, that was very surprising to me. The subtlety, because I can be, but I'm not really a subtle person. So driving that instinct was a boatload of fun. Everything else, I mean, Penelope Ellis in Revenge, my gosh, how much fun can you have playing a Southern woman who's also psychotic? I do a lot of psychotic. And that was tremendous fun. Jessie, for kids, and really understanding that you can't comment on the character. You have to actually go balls to the wall with this particular character. Otherwise it's not going to resonate, and it's going to be hollow, and the kids won't respond to it. They'll, but you do, and they did. And there again, Diane, Cougar Town, how you can't get more fun than Barb. You just can't, period. And then True Blood, you get to wear fangs. You get to sit across from Alexander Skarsgård. Life's good. It's good.
It's like you're leading all these multiple lives, multiple personalities, multiple lives.
Right. There's humor and psychosis. Usually, that's the through line, except for Mother Superior and Saint Agatha.
I love it. And you know what? You're watching me, David Cogan, host of the Eliances Heroes Show, where I get the amazing opportunity to interview heroes like Carolyn Hennesy, Emmy-winning actor, over 500 episodes on General Hospital, but it was only supposed to be 2. What was the 2 episodes? So like when you start the role and you're like, okay, I'm only going to be here for 2 episodes. And then like, what was going through your mind when after the 2, that's when they approached you and said, well, we want you to come back for a 3rd, or how did that work out?
They didn't say, hey, they didn't come to me and say, hey, we really like you. They just kept calling me back. And I would, and I I believe it was in large part, truly, to Bob Guza, who was the head writer at the time, Jill Farron Phelps, executive producer at the time. But I also credit Maurice Benard, because I think it was day 2 of the 2 days, and I was in an episode with Sonny in his living room, and I tell this story. I'm sitting, I'm across from his desk. I'm standing over him. He's sitting down. He can do that because he's the power in the room. And I start yelling at him. I'm not yelling. I'm emphatic about what he needs to do in some situation. And the voice comes over the loudspeaker saying, Carolyn, you can't talk to Sonny like that because he'll kill you. Oh, okay. But Maurice responded to it. And I saw something in his eyes, and he started kind of, as Maurice will do, doing his Brando. He kind of started mumbling his lines a little bit. And I was going, okay, I don't know if my cue line is in there anywhere, mother lover, but I'm not going to let you run roughshod over me. I'm just going to come in. If you stop speaking, I'm coming in with my lines. And his eyes sort of lit up, and I thought, oh, this is kind of a test, isn't it?
Wow.
So I saw him kind of go, oh, he looked at me and he thought, as he says, this is someone I can play with. This is someone I can have a good time with. This is someone who will take and give as I take and give. So I think he went upstairs and said, keep her, use her. We need, I need her. I need her as my lawyer in permanently, in perpetuity. So I think that I credit Maurice a great deal. And also Steve Burton. God bless both of them. So they just kept calling me back. And after a while I went, oh, okay. The General Hospital fan event was coming up that year, and they asked me if I wanted to have a fan event. And okay. Maybe there's some permanence here. Jill Farron Phelps actually asked me the day of the daytime Emmys, hey, you want to come down and be part of the General Hospital group? It's like, well, I don't got nothing to wear, but I'll figure it out. So I did. So once
Fantastic.
I realized after the first year, it's like, okay, they're going to keep her going, because we all had so much fun, and we're still having so much fun.
Carolyn, you're very interesting, and I want to do some snooping here in your room. Tell me something that's unique, or something that is your favorite in your room right now where we're at. I see a number of things maybe on the shelf there and different things. What's your favorite? What's unique? Please show us.
Oh, show you? Okay. Well, that means I have to get up.
Or you could just point.
Well, actually, I can't.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Up on this shelf.
Yes.
Right here.
Yes.
Is an oil called the Queen's Crown of Success. What? Well, I have become, and people can look it up because it's very, very interesting, and it harkens, and it pays tremendous respect to those individuals who were brought here against their will, shall we say, a few hundred years ago. And I've become a hoodoo practitioner, not voodoo. No, hoodoo. And it is Southern African American folk magic, and it's really interesting. It relies so much on yourself, on the power of your own intention and energy, and your ability to get things done, and communication with spirit as you understand spirit. So I have a website called Queen's Curios, and I have blended some spiritual oils, and one of them is called Queen's Crown of Success, and I credit a lot of my recent success to that. Is it crazy? No, it's not. Is it woo woo? No, it's not. It's hoodoo. So look that up. So there you go. That's it.
We've got time for about one more question. That's very interesting. I never knew that about you. So thank you so much for sharing with our audience. You also too come from a Hollywood family. We want to hear what secrets perhaps your family had given you when you started getting into the industry.
Absolutely. My father. My aunt is an actress named Barbara Rush. Lovely. But from my father, I learned all of the great life lessons. And this is the first one. The crew is smarter than you, more important than you. They work harder in a day than you will in a year. And I was actually able to incorporate that philosophy into a recent episode of Studio City. Please, everybody, watch it. Sean Kanan, Studio City. They are better read. They're better educated. They're nicer. And they have your back. And you respect them more than you respect anybody. who's in front of the camera with you, and that includes yourself. So I take that, and you're nice to them, not because they're going to do things for you, because they will, if they see that you're an actor who doesn't have her head up her. But you're nice, but you respect them because they are human beings, and they deserve it far more than anybody in front of the camera. So I learned that from my father, and he's my hero. He is my hero. And even
Well, Carolyn,
I have people who will come up to me and say, "You're Dale Hennessy's daughter. What can we give you? Do you need lumber? Do you need anything electric? I mean, what?
Wow.
What? Yeah." So
Wow, that's incredible. Well, Carolyn, you have entertained fans of your shows for years. You delight them with your incredible craft. That's a hero. Carolyn Hennesy, actor, Emmy-winning actress, General Hospital, over 500 episodes, and featured in many other TV and movie shows. You could reach her at carolynhennessy.com. This has been David Cogan with the Eliances Heroes Show.